Saturday night dance party here in Jacksonville, Florida, as we get set for a third-round game in the West Region. The fifth-seeded Arkansas Razorbacks against number 4 North Carolina. Look at the bracket in the West Region. The winner of this one will either see Wisconsin or Oregon in the Sweet 16 on Thursday. And hi, everyone, with former Villanova coach Steve Lapis, I'm Andrew Catalon. Jamie Erdahl will join us in just a moment. This has all the makings of a track meet. These two teams love to get up and down the floor in a hurry. They each average 77 points per game. Buckle up, my friend.
Well, I love a good 53-52 game also if it's well played. But this could be something special because Arkansas is number 12 in the nation in possessions per 40 minutes. Carolina number 24. Neither one of these teams is going to back down. The pace for this game is going to be fast.
Mike Anderson loves to play that way on the Arkansas sideline. He's now won an NCAA tournament game with 3 different schools, Missouri, UAB, and they beat Wofford in a tough game Thursday in the round of 64. Here's a look at the starting lineup for the Razorbacks. Bobby Portis, the SEC Player of the Year, but Michael Qualls, 20 points and 8 of 9 from the floor against the Terriers on Thursday. And for North Carolina, Marcus Page continues to lead the team in scoring, averaging close to 14 points per game. He has made 88 three-point shots on the year for Roy Williams, and what could be a historic day for Roy. Right now, he is 1 win shy of tying his mentor, Dean Smith, for second most tournament wins all time. Coach K with 82. The officials today, David Hall, Mike Roberts, Bert Smith. And we are set to go. A spot in the Sweet 16 will be decided between Arkansas and North Carolina, and the Razorbacks control the opening tip.
And you can expect to see North Carolina play a lot of man, but it's not going to be the easiest thing because Alandis Harris is a little bit more mobile than Bryce Johnson, so we got to keep an eye on that matchup there. Bryce Johnson used to guarding post players.
Portis inside for 2.
And I think that's the one thing that Roy is concerned about is the mobility of the big guys of Arkansas using the dribble.
Page coast to coast, and Johnson misses the lay-in. They kick it around. Jackson recovers, puts it up, no good. And now we have a whistle and a foul against the Tar Heels. Fouls on Bryce Johnson. Number 1 on the Tar Heels. Roy Williams, 64 years old, in his 12th season with the Tar Heels, and he has 749 career wins. Portis turnaround jumper.
I think Mike Anderson has decided that Bobby Portis, who's coming out very aggressive in this game, that Kennedy Meeks is going to have trouble guarding Bobby Portis off the bounce.
Tokido, 18-footer, does not get the roll, tipped up, no. Johnson lost it. Beard dives to the floor. And a tie up. The possession arrow favors the Tar Heels.
You know, one of the things we have to keep our eye on, Andrew, is North Carolina has the 7th best offensive rebounding percentage in the country, whereas Arkansas is number 320 in defensive rebounding percentage. So that is a bad combination right there.
Roy Williams 1 away from tying Dean Smith, who passed away on February 7th at the age of 83. Tar Heels wear a patch with Dean's initials on their uniforms in his memory. North Carolina has started 0 for 4 from the floor.
Little zone now for Arkansas.
0 for 5, but Bryce Johnson, the rebound and the putback.
That's the biggest issue for Mike Anderson's team, is are they going to be able to defensive rebound, which they haven't done a great job with all year against a team that kills you on the offensive glass.
Qualls lost it, taken away by the Tar Heels.
Great place to trap.
Meeks knocks over Beard, and now an offensive foul is called. That was a little bit late, but it goes against Kennedy Meeks.
Well, I really like that North Carolina trap on the other baseline. That's the perfect place to trap. You don't want to get stuck down there. And this is, yes, clearly an offensive foul. But you know what? I don't think that's a great play by Marcus Paige, giving the ball to Kennedy Meeks, coming flying down the middle. It's hard for a big guy to gather himself in that situation and not charge.
We saw Meeks' moves off the top of our broadcast. A little dancing to get it started for the Tar Heels. Madden for three.
And you can expect this Arkansas pressure to be hot and heavy the whole game. Great pass there up the middle.
And Paige finishes.
The best way to beat pressure is to attack it, especially in the middle of the floor.
And a travel is called against Alandis Harris.
Well, you're going to see Marcus Paige here go to the middle of the floor. He's gone, and that is a great job of knowing where the open spot is against the pressure, delivering it, and attack it and get a layup.
It was toe-to-toe with the dish. She averages just over 4 assists per game. That's 9th in the ACC.
North Carolina, one of the great motion offense teams of all time, which Dean Smith started. It's a 5-man motion. They're more a cutting motion as opposed to a screening motion. But North Carolina's teams, historically, great offensive teams.
15 on the shot clock for the Tar Heels. Paige launches from deep. Qualls racing to the other end of the floor, and now settles to Portis. Beard, 18-footer, won't go, and Meeks tracks down the rebound.
Beard really struggled the other night, too.
0 for 4, did not score. The freshman out of North Little Rock. Paige was slapped, and a foul is called against the Razorbacks.
The best way to play against this Arkansas defense is to be very aggressive. If you are hesitant at all, that's what they feast on. They force 16 turnovers a game, one of the highest in the country.
Fouls on Anton Beard, and the substitution, Joel James, replaces Kennedy Meeks for UNC. Paige floater. And Portis rips it down, stripped away by Jackson. Harris tries to get it to Portis, and Portis away to Madden.
Good hustle by both guys there.
Oh, what a feed from Portis to Madden.
That was a good cut. Marcus Paige got caught up on a high screen on the weak side. Didn't get any help from his big man.
Rashad Madden had 4 points against Wofford Thursday. He's already got 5 in the first 4 minutes here today. Jackson from deep. North Carolina has started 2 for 10 from the floor. Qualls for 3. Portis fighting for the offensive board. Right back out to Harris. And a fresh shot clock for the Razorbacks. Qualls and the foul.
You think this game means something to these kids? Right now in the first 4 minutes, we're seeing these guys get after it. Right here, 2 guys going to the floor hard. Portis is able to get it, kick it to his guy, and run down the other end. These guys aren't fooling around. Neither team. Love it.
Greg Gumbel in New York with an All-State Good Hands update. In Pittsburgh on TBS, North Carolina State threatening the biggest upset of this tournament so far. Leonard Freeman's follow gives the Wolfpack a 52-45 lead over number 1 seed Villanova, 7:05 remaining in regulation. Andrew.
Wow, I know the man sitting next to me. He's keeping an eye on that score tonight. Villanova down in the second half on TBS.
They pulled out a lot of games in the same situation. They got a lot of cool in them, believe me.
10-4 Arkansas. And Bobby Portis already has 3 assists. His season high is 4.
I really think that one of the things about North Carolina with the team that's out there now, and this is their starting team, they have one guard second guard out there to help handle against this pressure.
And the tie-up goes to Arkansas. Well, Roy Williams told us yesterday he would not be afraid to play 3 point guards on the floor at the same time. And right now, on cue, Joel Berry hops off the bench.
And that's exactly, he knows what he's dealing with in this Arkansas team, that they may have to adjust and play differently. And we got to watch the big guys too, because playing the big guys might be tough. If they're not dominating the offensive glass, then Roy may have to make a change there and play 4 guys that are more mobile.
Bobby Portis has scored or assisted on all 4 Arkansas field goals. And that's a travel by Harris.
Bryce Johnson did a good job that time in staying in front of Alandis Harris, who was trying to take him.
Mike Anderson styling today with that pocket square.
He's looking good. Plays ball, he works out.
Oh, he's in good shape. Marcus Page is swatted. Madden got back there. But Page left open for 3. Change the offensive board. Back up and in.
If you're going to play big, you got to play big. That's playing big.
Already 6 offensive rebounds for North Carolina. And a turnover. Berry ahead of the field. Berry lays it in.
You notice that Berry comes in the game, they get a little smaller, they get quicker, they put the pressure on Arkansas that time, made the steal.
Bell drills a 3.
He's an important guy. He didn't play that well the other night either.
Did not score against Wofford, but he leads the team in made 3s this year. That was his 63rd of the season.
Now Qualls is guarding Bryce Johnson. Not a good matchup.
Johnson, short, Qualls, the rebound.
You got to go up a little stronger than that.
James guarding Portis. Portis over James, won't go.
I think Portis should put it on the floor and try to go by him and not settle for that 12-foot jumper.
Portis had a double-double Thursday, 15 points, 13 rebounds. But he shot 5 of 12 from the floor. It was only until late when Portis finally got it going.
Yeah, he dominated the last 4 minutes.
Tokido misfires, another rebound for Qualls, and he races up ahead. Bell for 3 again, and off the front of the ring. How about the pace to this game? Back and forth we go, another block, this time by Bell.
Bad pass by Bobby Portis there. Bounce pass right in his ankle.
Numbers for Carolina. Johnson! That one bounces into the stands.
I think Michael Qualls looks a little gassed. He's got his hands on his hips. That last exchange got the couple of the Arkansas kids.
There are 7 players at the scorer's table. This pace is getting to everybody, and a turnover by Madden. Page to Tokido, over to Berry, 2 more. Timeout, Arkansas. An 8-0 run for the Tar Heels, and 6 of the 8 on the fast break.
Carolina really running that Carolina break. Bryce Johnson, throw it down, Bryce. Ah!
12:38 to go first half. Arkansas leads by 1 as we say hello to Jamie Erdahl.
Well, Andrew, on Thursday, the mid-50s score of Wofford, Arkansas, according to Roy Williams, did not demonstrate the kind of frenetic pace that was played. And while UNC likes to play that up-tempo kind of game, it is also tough to prepare for. Roy Williams likened it to playing Louisville in ACC play, and when I asked him about Arkansas's length, he said it's like playing against Jalil Okafor and Malcolm Brogdon. But again, it's not like UNC has a scout team that can equate this game.
Jamie, thank you very much. And already these two teams have combined to take 30 shots, and we're not even 8 minutes in.
The one thing you don't want in this game, you don't want Isaiah Hicks or Kennedy Meeks to be bouncing the ball much in the backcourt in this game.
Here it is, Pinson, Berry, and Britt all on the floor for North Carolina.
Roy said it. I like it.
Britt for 3. It's good!
one of their better three-point shooters, and he didn't really play much the other day. It was a different kind of game.
Had not scored a point in his previous 3 games, but he's on the board here. We have a foul on the drive. That's against Berry. Nate Britt dialing it up from deep. Back and forth we go here in Jacksonville.
Greg Gumbel in New York with a tournament update. We're on upset alert in Pittsburgh over on TBS. Villanova playing catch-up against NC State all night long. Josh Hart with the driving layup gets the foul. He'll be going to the free throw in a moment. 59-53 Villanova, 3:51 to play. Back to Jacksonville. Andrew.
Here on TNT, Arkansas and UNC tied at 15. There's already been 31 field goal attempts in this game.
Sometimes you see that in a game, or halftime, I'm saying.
Watkins is swatted by Pinson right over to Williams. He misses as they fight for it. And a new shot clock for the Hogs. Bell doesn't need it. Second 3 of the game.
You know, besides the pace, Andrew, both these teams run 5-man motion, so even when they set up, they're all cutting and moving hard. This is one of those games where there's constant movement no matter what's going on.
I'm scared to put my head down to look at a stat. You can't put your head down.
Can't.
Inside 10 on the shot clock. Berry could not finish, but gets a little help from Kennedy Meeks.
The drive was good enough. If they drive, somebody comes to help, no rebounding position, Carolina makes you pay on the offensive glass.
Marcus Page at the scorer's table. And a turnover by Arkansas. Pinson feeds Meeks. Spinning, and he is fouled. Who delivered the Buick expectation-shattering performance of the day? We'll tune into Inside March Madness, presented by Buick, and find out.
I can't tell you how good that was by Kennedy Meeks. He ran hard for the block and just owned that spot in transition, and they gave it to him, and he gets fouled. Great job by Kennedy Meeks running the floor. Well, we saw in the pregame, he moves those feet pretty good.
He liked his dance moves.
Yeah, oh, big time.
Well, early on, Arkansas, 7 field goals, 7 turnovers already for the Razorbacks, and those 7 turnovers have led to 8 points for UNC.
Yeah, that's what's hurt them at the start of the game here.
Tied at 18. Bell catch and shoot. And Pinson giving Roy Williams some valuable minutes here in the first half. Grabs the rebound. Oh, Meeks came over the top to throw it home. First lead today for North Carolina.
Carolina doing a great job. They only have 2 turnovers against one of the most pressured defenses in America, and I think a lot has to do with the 3-point guards being in.
Durham is fouled. We go back to that last play.
Well, they make a nice pass into Bryce Johnson, who gets, there's no help on the weak side, and Kennedy Meeks comes in.
5 early points for Kennedy Meeks. In fact, 5 in a row for the sophomore out of Charlotte.
It's clear what Roy Williams is trying to do in this game, and that's get that ball inside as much as he can.
Harris in the lane. Blocked by Meeks. And Portis is swatted. Back-to-back blocks for the Tar Heels. Meeks got a hand on that one. Right to Madden.
Great pass.
Johnson couldn't finish. Off the feed from Britt. Here comes Arkansas.
Arkansas was fronting Bryce Johnson. They've got a great move by Qualls.
Qualls with the left hand. He's got 5.
Arkansas was fronting Bryce Johnson back there. They threw it over his head.
Look at this. Britt is fouled. The pace of this game is incredible with 8:59 to go in the first half.
Well, this stuff is happening on made baskets. We're seeing guys end up going in transition. So both these teams very good at what they, people think it's easy. It's not easy to transition like this. This takes a lot of work. Every kid wants to run. This is really running.
Watch live games on your Amazon Fire HD, Windows, or other connected devices with NCAA March Madness Live. Watch now at ncaa.com/March Madness or download the app today. One more from Nate Britt. He wears 0 because, in his words, nobody thought he was any good. He was told he was a 0. So here he is playing for North Carolina, wearing 0. Durham, nice dish. Harris couldn't get it done. Portis fighting for it. And Britt up ahead to Tokedo. Look out! Oh, boy!
Oh. Carolina's big guys are dominating this game.
Oh, and Qualls! How did it happen?
How did that happen?
And a steal by Portis. And out of bounds, Portis. Holy cow, this game is bananas.
You can't make this up. Great dunk by Tokedo to start, and then Qualls down the other end. You can't make this up.
That's a floater, is March.
Look at Mike knows he got away with one there. That was at the shot clock and came straight down. That's the ultimate floater. He could have made that if Kareem got on Wilt Chamberlain's shoulders. He still would have made that.
Incredible. Counts as 2. In the box score, it was a lot more impressive than just 2. Another look.
It's a good pass, too, to start. That's over the shot clock.
So Arkansas basketball, 8:26 to go first half. Tied at 24. Great pass. The cut. Harris couldn't finish. Britt from the free throw line, blocked from behind by Harris. Great job by the senior to get back on defense.
I'll be honest with you, I'm afraid to look at the scoreboard.
This is crazy. Carolina has 10 field goals so far. 9 of the 10 have come inside in the paint.
A lot of transition in there and a lot of getting it inside to those big guys. And Arkansas in this zone for most of the game so far.
Britt's floater is good in the foul. Nate Britt, the sophomore off the bench, getting it done.
I'm used to Michael Qualls taking something and being the man who walks on air. This time the ball's got a lot of air under it. Are you kidding me?
Greg Gumbel in New York with a tournament update for you. Number 1 seed Villanova fighting for its life in Pittsburgh on TBS. Darren Hilliard's 3 pulls Villanova to within 5 at 67-62 in the final minute.
Coverage of the NCAA men's basketball tournament is sponsored by Lowe's, Burger King, and by Infinity.
Back in Jacksonville, Nate Britt finishes off a 3-point play. He has 8 points, and the Carolina lead is 3 on Arkansas. With Steve Lapis and Jamie Erdahl, I'm Andrew Catalan, our entire crew on what's been a crazy week here in Jacksonville, Florida. Qualls for 3. And Page comes away with it. Over to Britt.
And North Carolina zoned for the first time in the game on that possession. Great move by Roy Williams, kind of changed the pace. He loves having these 2 point guards in. They've been together since the 16-minute mark.
depth has been impressive so far. Already 13 points off the bench for the Tar Heels. Tokido step back jumper. Tipped out to Qualls. Gets rid of it. Inside Qualls, no. Gets it back, puts it up, no again. Portis has it, fighting inside, and a jump ball. Possession arrow favors North Carolina. Meanwhile, right now on TBS, 41 seconds remain. Top-seeded Villanova down by 2 to NC State. That game on TBS. 8 turnovers by Arkansas. They only average 11 per game. Great guarded by Durham on the perimeter. Now Page has an opening. Doesn't go. The rebound by Hicks doesn't go, but Meeks is there to clean it up.
You know, Mike Anderson was really concerned about the glass, and he's right to be concerned. Carolina hammering the offensive glass.
10 offensive rebounds in the first half for the Tar Heels. Three in the corner from Durham. Qualls skies in for the rebound, and a foul is called on the putback. You can watch Masters live on CBSSports.com for exclusive video of Amen Corner 15 and 16. 2 featured groups plus highlights and analysis. Watch on CBSSports.com and Masters.com. First foul on Isaiah Hicks. Qualls gets 2. Well, he's the official mascot of Conan. Conan, all new weeknights at 11:10 Central, only TBS. Conan's Harvard Crimson knocked out by North Carolina on Thursday in a tight game here in Jacksonville.
Did both these teams play completely different games against Wofford and Harvard? It's unbelievable.
Night and day. Qualls gets it done at the line. Arkansas down 3. Qualls has scored 6 straight Razorback points.
They've done a great job, Carolina, handling this pressure by Arkansas. 3 turnovers for the game.
Meeks over Portis. And a whistle going the other way. This is against North Carolina. And that's the 7th team foul on the Tar Heels, so a 1-and-1 for Arkansas. Second foul on Isaiah Hicks. Tell you what, both our coaches dressed to impress tonight. You got the pocket square from Mike Anderson, and I'm a big fan of Roy's blazer.
No, these are 2 sharp guys. I don't think there's any doubt about it. Besides, they know what they're doing.
That helps too. Let's take a look at the Infinity Coaches Spotlight. Mike Anderson in his 4th season with Arkansas. Signed a 2-year extension in January, so he's here through the 2019-2020 season. Kingsley 2-of-2 at the line.
You know, Arkansas relies on wearing people out. Carolina plays a lot of guys.
Hicks for 2.
That was picture-perfect attacking of the press.
Nearly a turnover by Madden, but he recovers with 5.5 to play in the first. And we have a whistle away from the ball.
Well, watch this. Watch Marcus Page. He's bringing the ball to the middle of the floor. That's where you need to go against the pressure. So the ball comes to the middle and then to the wing, and then a dive by Isaiah Hicks. That is picture-perfect breaking and attacking of the pressure.
The foul was on Arkansas's Moses Kingsley. So the ball over to North Carolina with 5:15 to go. Jackson jumper, yes. North Carolina with 13 points off Arkansas turnovers.
And they like the zone. I think the zone has helped make Arkansas stand around a little bit more. It also allows the big guys to not have to worry about guarding guys that might be a little more mobile than them.
10 on the shot clock. Qualls spinning and shooting. Tough shot. Portis the offensive rebound. Back up with the hook shot. Doesn't get the roll. Qualls to follow. No. Roy Williams wanted basket interference. Bell lost it. Jackson fighting for it. Bell over. And behind us.
Donnie Marshall almost got, he took a lot of charges to UConn. He almost took one there.
Took another one.
He's doing the radio for Westwood One. He almost got taken out. Good job.
Anthon Bell giving the extra effort. The junior out of Memphis.
Yeah, Donnie almost got it.
Up and over, and the monitor, and the cups. A mess with 4:23 to go. Lob. Tokido couldn't get there. Well defended by Portis.
Dean Smith always ran that play.
Coming up on AT&T at the half, we'll get you caught up on all the latest tournament news, highlights, and updates. It's all coming up on AT&T at the half. You can see at the top of your screen, NC State. A final. They beat Villanova by 3. The top-seeded Wildcats are out as they sit next to their former head coach.
Wow. I'm absolutely astounded. But you know what? It's the tournament.
We've seen it all week. Carolina by 5.
Greg Gumbel in New York with a tournament update. Not just the upset of the day, the upset of the tournament. Number 1 seed Villanova's last gasp effort intercepted by North Carolina State. The Wolfpack 71-68 over number 1 seed Villanova. Let's send you back to Jacksonville.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. And Coach, Villanova tried to run the same play they ran back in January to end the first half at home against DePaul when they made the 3, but this time they couldn't connect. You and I were in Philly for that game. They were trying to do it again. They couldn't get it done.
Well, you know, who knows? We even said back then, you know, that it was a great execution.
We did.
But, you know, I can't believe that they're gone. Cannot believe it.
Credit to NC State.
A great season by them. Unfortunately, when you're a 1 seed,
anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Meanwhile, here's what's happening in Jacksonville. Arkansas started 10 of 21 from the floor. Since then, they've missed 10 straight shots. What have you seen from the Razorbacks offensively?
You know, the zone has really put a crimp in their plans. They would rather get up and down, and they're not getting anything in the glass. North Carolina on the offensive glass is making it so Arkansas can't run. Then they play the zone, slows them down, and they're not making any shots.
You see in our game summary, Arkansas now 10 out of 31, 33% from the floor.
I mean, they had a lot of points, and their offense has slowed down considerably.
Johnson doesn't get the roll. Portis tied up with Johnson, and now a travel is called. Mike Anderson does not like the call. He was looking for a foul before the travel. That's the 11th turnover by the Razorbacks.
Yeah, he's got to take it easy with Mike Roberts, though. Trust me.
You know from experience?
Yeah, oh yeah. Mike is good. He's a good ref. He'll let you go a little bit, but there comes a time when it's time to stop. I know him. He's a good one.
6 ties, 3 lead changes. A crazy first half here in Jacksonville. North Carolina leads by 5.
And I'll say this, Ann, this is a hard game to ref. This is not an easy game to referee.
Page was looking for a foul. Instead, it's a turnover. Qualls off glass, no, too strong. The tip by Kingsley, no. Qualls gets it back. Up with it, and the foul.
This is just a lot of heart. Michael Qualls just won't give up.
Second foul on Kennedy Meeks. Qualls already in double figures with 11 points. He had 20 in the win over Wofford on Thursday.
I've been most impressed with Michael Qualls. I think he is a terrific player.
Coming in last 2 games, he shot 76% from the floor. We've seen it on Thursday, and there's a good chance we'll see it again tonight. Michael Qualls can dunk with the best of them.
This is the kind of game where I would expect to see it.
Meeks poked away by Portis. Meeks recovers. Jackson for three. And a foul over the back on Meeks, and that is his third.
You know, with all the depth that they have, if I was Roy Williams, I might have had him out. I mean, Roy knows better than me, I understand that, but to let him get his third with 2:30 to go in the half, I don't know.
So many times, too, and you've pointed this out, it happens on the offensive end. If you're playing defense, you know to back off a little bit, but it's the one on the offensive end going for a rebound, and that cost Meeks that time.
Going for a rebound or driving, and the guy takes a dive for a charge. That's when they happen.
But Kingsley misses the front end of a 1-and-1.
And it's not like they don't have depth. It's different. If you don't have anybody, all right, maybe.
Steal by Qualls. Three by Madden is good, and Arkansas back in front by one.
They need to try and beat the zone down like they did there, and Madden had a wide open three because they pushed it, and the zone was not set up yet.
6-0 run for the Razorbacks. Britt is fouled. That's going to go against Anthon Bell, the junior from Memphis. 7th team foul against the Razorbacks, so a 1-and-1 for Nate Britt, who's had a big first half here for Roy Williams in North Carolina. 8 points for the sophomore.
Hey, let's face it, from the time Roy knew he was playing Arkansas, he had in his mind, we're going to play different than we played. Really playing Tokoto and Jackson together with Marcus Page is good a lot of the time, not so good against Arkansas. So a Britt, Joel Berry, Pinson, those guys are important in this game to play with Marcus Page.
10 points for Britt, just the 7th time this season he's been in double figures. Paul, step back three. Page with the rebound. Now Page attacks the floater, off the mark, Portis the board.
That was a big time board.
Bell, three, no. And here's Bryce Johnson to Tokoto.
Terrific box out by Tokoto there.
Arkansas +5 on the glass. Tokoto for 2.
He saw Bobby Portis on him and he said, I'm taking it.
Qualls eyeing up Tokoto. Bell got poked in the eye, and the official stops it. Right in front of Roy Williams, Anthon Bell squinting with his left eye.
Yeah, inadvertent poke in the eye. Yeah, as Tokoto ran by, he got him by mistake.
Ball back in play with 1 minute to go in the first. Portis has the ball. He's missed 6 straight shots, and a quick foul is called on the perimeter.
Yeah, I don't know what Britt was doing there. I mean, Bobby Portis catches the ball 17, 18 feet from the basket. He ran to double him, and now it's free throws.
2 free throws.
Yeah,
that's the 10th team foul. See, Portis 8 rebounds, but struggling from the floor. 1 for 6.
Started out tough, but has not been as tough lately.
Be that guy that knows everything about your favorite teams before the rest of your friends. Download the Team Stream app from Bleacher Report to get all your team's news first. So now Bell will get a breather on the Arkansas bench after getting poked in the eye, and Jabril Durham is checked in for the Razorbacks. One more for the SEC Player of the Year. Portis just 1 of 7, but he has 4 points and 8 rebounds.
And Roy playing really small. He's got Jackson as the 4-man now. He hasn't done this a lot this year.
Jackson with 10 on the shot clock. Jackson trying to float one in. No! But Tokido, yes!
As small as they are, they're still getting offensive rebounds.
Final 15 seconds of the first half, and what an entertaining half it's been.
But we're definitely headed for the high 70s, like we said.
Qualls for 3. Portis the rebound, the putback is short, and that is how the first half comes to an end. 24 offensive rebounds combined. We are seeing some high-flying action, and Tokido with the latest jam.
Well, JP Tokido, nobody's there to really put a look at him. He's all by himself because the help comes, and nobody gets to him.
Tokido with 6 points in the first half. It was Nate Britt who led the Tar Heels with 10. Meanwhile, Michael Qualls leads all scorers with 12. Jamie Erdahl's with Roy Williams.
Well, Coach, you mentioned the frenetic pace of play. How have your guys handled it?
Well, after they hit us in the mouth to start with, I think we've been better, but we've got to keep them off the backboards. That's where the frenetic pace is just killing us. They're getting 2 and 3 and 4 shots at it.
You've kept Bobby Portis off the boards, or off the scorebook at least. How have you managed to do that?
I have no idea. Hopefully we'll keep doing it.
Thanks, Coach.
Portis 1 out of 7 in the first half. North Carolina leads it 39-36. We'll send you to AT&T at the half after these messages. You are watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship.
Coverage of the NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament is sponsored by TD Ameritrade, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Northwestern Mutual, and by BMW.
Back in Jacksonville, moments away from the start of the second half. North Carolina leads Arkansas by 3. Courtside with Steve Lapis, I'm Andrew Catalon. We said at the beginning of the game we expected a track meet, and through 20 minutes, that's exactly what we have.
And a lot of times you don't get exactly what you expect, but the story of the game so far has been Carolina only 6 turnovers against that pressure and 10 fast break points. They have done a great job of getting up and down in transition and taking advantage of the opportunities that have been there. Some of it has to do with Arkansas being a little bit loose with the ball. Carolina has turned them over, but they are running the floor hard and making Arkansas pay for that pressure up front.
A look at the first half numbers. North Carolina with 26 points in the paint. Moments ago, Jamie Erdahl with Mike Anderson.
Coach, 26 points in the paint for North Carolina. How do you keep them out of that area?
Well, first of all, we got to take care of the basketball. They got 13 points or 15 points off of turnovers. They got 13 points off of offensive rebounds, stick back. That's almost 30 points. So I think we're doing a pretty decent job on the other department. We got to take care of the ball and keep them off the boards.
Is their zone defense causing you guys to be a little stagnant on offense?
It slowed us down a little bit, but we had some opportunities that we missed some layups.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Okay.
Arkansas with 11 first half turnovers that led to 13 points for North Carolina. And how about Bobby Portis, the SEC Player of the Year? In his last 3.5 games, he's now 10 for 40. He made the first bucket tonight, but has since missed 7 in a row.
And I will say this, they can't win this game unless he plays good, because he really is their only inside player. Carolina loaded with big guys. He has to play well.
Meek starts the second half for Carolina with 3 fouls.
See, Portis has to try and take Meeks off the dribble because he's a pretty good ball-handling 6'10" kid.
Portis inside, and he is fouled.
That was a smart play by Portis. He sets the screen, and before the guy could get to him, he slipped to the basket, and the screener was late getting. The guy who's setting the screen was late getting back to him.
Second foul on JP Tokido. Portis 1 for 8 in the first half, and Marcus Page also 1 for 8. It was Carolina's bench that carried them with 18 points.
Well, Nate Britt was terrific.
The UNC starters shot 32% in the first half. The bench 6 out of 9. So Roy Williams going deep with his bench tonight, and so far it's paid off. Portis makes a pair. 1-point game here in Jacksonville. The winner advances to the Sweet 16 against either Wisconsin or Oregon.
And the way they're breaking the pressure, they're sending Marcus Page up the floor. And Kennedy Meeks, who's a good passing big man, has been throwing it up to him.
Tokido feeds Johnson, and he is fouled. Rashad Madden called for the foul. That's his first. What a big first half it was for Rashad Madden with 10 points.
Yeah, he's playing very well, but in that situation there, because they like to switch everything, Rashad Madden ends up with Bryce Johnson, and he's behind him on top of it. He had no chance of stopping Bryce Johnson there.
Who's going to make the most shots? Who has more points in the second half? If your bracket's already busted, play the Capital One NCAA Tournament Run Game on NCAA.com and the March Madness Live app. Johnson, 2 out of 2. Junior from Orangeburg, South Carolina. Won over 1,000 points for his career in the ACC Championship game when he scored 20 in the loss to Notre Dame.
You see Roy Williams sticking with this zone. It was very effective.
Portis dribbles out of the block and turns it over. Hands it right to Jackson. Meeks dribbled off his foot. Beard to the ground. Throws it up in the air. And it's poked away by Tokido. Johnson saves it to Tokido.
Now Beard's on Bryce Johnson. Well, quick double, great pass.
Wow, what a feed from Johnson to Meeks. He drew the double and was able to find the open man.
Well, because of all this switching, now Beard had Bryce Johnson. He had no chance. They doubled him. He turned like a big man should and looked under the basket and found his guy for a dunk.
Portis baseline jumper, and that could be a big shot for Bobby Portis as he tries to get back on track. First field goal for Portis since 21 seconds into the game. And we have a whistle and an illegal screen set against Kennedy Meeks. That's his 4th foul.
That's a big play there with Meeks.
That is unbelievable. Meeks comes out with 4 just over 2 minutes into the second half. Joel James replaces him. Qualls rises and connects. 14 for Michael Qualls.
Yeah, I don't know why Roy had Kennedy Meeks in with 3 against this team. That's really tough. He took a chance. He got burnt.
Jackson draws the foul on the drive. That's going against Rashad Madden, his second.
That looks like a charge to me.
So Meeks on the bench. He was 4 of 5 for 9 points and 4 rebounds.
Now the truth is they have plenty of depth, and they can even play small if they want to, which they did in the end of the first half also.
Justin Jackson made the All-ACC freshman team. He's averaged 13 points per game in the month of March, and he scored the last 4 points against Harvard, including the game-winning hoop. So he came up big late on Thursday. Madden throws up a 3. It's well short, and Page chases it down in the corner. Johnson, turnaround hook shot, no good. Qualls his 9th rebound. He's one away from a double-double. And that one is caught by Coach Lapis. Your best assist of the night, man.
Like I still got my hands.
Yeah, I don't know. Wow. I've seen you play golf, so I don't know about that.
Well, that's true.
Good stuff. 3-point game. 14 turnovers for Arkansas. Jackson, nice touch.
See, I like that move by Bryce Johnson. He settled for the jump hook before, and they pushed him off the block. That time he tried to get himself a little better piece of real estate.
Neither team has led by more than 6. Qualls left open for 3. And the foul!
Well, you take a look there. Madden freezes the top of the zone there with that little pass fake. That little fake there allowed Qualls to be so open on the wing. He knocks it out. They come over late. That's why they fouled.
Fouls on Bryce Johnson, his 2nd. A possible 4-point play for the junior Michael Qualls. He's got 19 points.
This guy's a big-time player. I didn't like that pass. Nobody touched it, so it goes back to the baseline. You know, Mike Anderson told us yesterday what, Andrew? Don't go by how many turnovers we force. Go by how much pressure we put on people and how they react as the game goes on.
The cumulative effect is what Anderson's stressing. Look at this. Arkansas gives it right back.
Mike Anderson can't believe what you just saw.
Arkansas averages 11 turnovers per game. They have 15 tonight.
Mike doesn't look happy.
Turnover by Carolina. They give it right back. Harris on the break. Deflected by Tokido.
That's got to be a bounce pass there.
Tokido cuts inside. No. Portis the rebound. Here we go again with the pace. Up and down we go. What a game here in Jacksonville for a trip to the Sweet 16. Beard's 3 is off the mark. Tipped by Portis. Out of bounds. Last touch by Carolina. Arkansas basketball. When we come back, they trail by 1. Arkansas down by 1 as we check in with Jamie Erdahl.
Well, Andrew, if push really came to shove, I think Mike Anderson could play in this track meet of a basketball game that we have here in Jacksonville. We told you on Thursday that Coach still plays pickup basketball once a month at 5 a.m., but he does not on game day. Take it easy. 7:45 this morning at the team hotel. Mike Anderson putting himself through a rugged workout. Now, Michael Qualls told us yesterday that at practice, Coach does like to put himself into some drills. Not too impressed with his skills and that he can keep up with his team now, but they did not take away from the effort that he puts in at the gym.
Well, Jamie, with all due respect, there's no way he's getting in this game. I can tell you that.
Yeah, Qualls wasn't buying the fact that Coach Anderson is still dominating the pickup game. Qualls trying to dominate this game, and he's going back to the line. Qualls 1 rebound away from a double-double. He's never had one in his career. Meanwhile, that's the 3rd personal on Isaiah Hicks.
This kid just plays so hard. He's such a competitor. It's unbelievable. He just goes after everything. That's how you got to play the game. It's a pleasure to watch him.
We chatted with Qualls for a while yesterday, and we also spoke with Bobby Portis, and they highlighted that at halftime in that Wofford game on Thursday, it was a very close game. It was Qualls that kind of led the team in the locker room at the half, got everybody together and rallied the guys, and they turned it on and won in the second. (47-47). 5 minutes in second half. Tokido is fouled going up. Referee David Hall makes the call. That's the second foul on Portis.
That was believe it or not, Arkansas, that possession defensively, they made Carolina do what they wanted. They wanted somebody else to handle the ball besides Marcus Page, and they got Tokido and the big guy to handle it. They still weren't able to stop it.
TNT's hit series, The Last Ship, returns this summer with all new episodes. Don't miss the season premiere this June on TNT. Tokido with 8 points to match his season average. Junior from just outside Milwaukee.
Carolina going man-to-man. Watch Joel James and Portis.
Portis for 3!
That's a tough matchup for James.
He's now 14 out of 29 this year from deep. So Portis doesn't take many, but he's over 47% when he shoots them.
Yeah, I don't like that matchup.
And James is fouled inside. This is the first time this half that Arkansas has the lead, courtesy the Portis 3.
I mean, Joel James, to play defense out there, he's got no chance. He can't get up on him because Portis is good enough to put it on the floor and go by him. That's a tough matchup right now.
Fouls on Harris, his third. Joel James at the line, where he's 12 out of 16 this year. James from West Palm Beach, Florida, Dwyer High School, the 8th of 11 children. He did not play organized basketball until his sophomore year of high school, now in his junior season under Roy Williams.
That's amazing that a guy this big has only taken 16 free throws in the season.
Averages 10 minutes per game, which could contribute to it.
No, but that's enough to still be there more than that.
No, you're absolutely right. And Harris just picked up another one. That's his 4th.
There are just so many fast possessions in this game that there's going to be, and there are, a ton of fouls.
Already 9 fouls in this half. 5 for Arkansas, 4 for Carolina.
Well, I told David Hall at halftime, I said, this is not an easy game to referee. This is a hard, sometimes you get an easy game to ref. This is a hard game to ref.
Good crew, David Hall, Mike Roberts, and Bert Smith.
They're going to be tired tonight.
Harris to the bench with 4 fouls. He's 0 for 3 with no points tonight. Berry knocks that one in, 51-50. Carolina's bench outscoring Arkansas's bench. They're doubling them up, 20-10.
They got 4 guys, they got 5 guys out on the perimeter now.
Page is guarding Qualls. Qualls was calling for it. Beard inside to Jacory. Williams couldn't finish, but tipped out to Beard. Fresh 35 for the Razorbacks. Qualls with position inside for 2.
They fronted Qualls, but got no help on the weak side because of the motion, had everything all spread out.
Once again, Carolina with a very small lineup. Britt, Berry, Page, Tokido, and then Hicks. Page has not been in a good rhythm tonight. That 3 might change things.
He listened to you.
Just his 2nd field goal of the night. And then a turnover is forced by the Tar Heels.
Well, you're going to see this play here. Isaiah Hicks has to be in here because they're fronting Michael Qualls in the low post. Watch what happens. Marcus Page does a great job of fronting, but he gets no help on the weak side there because they were so spread out.
17 Arkansas turnovers. Their season high is 18.
You know, if you're going to front the low post, somebody's got to give you that help on the weak side or you're dead.
Berry splits the defenders. Berry the fake. Berry, offensive foul. Nearly a spectacular play by Joel Berry. Instead, it's his 2nd foul.
Well, he does a good job here being aggressive, splitting the double team. Just goes a little too far. Close.
We've said all night that whoever can control the tempo and manage the tempo should win, but Coach, now looking at the foul situation, this could come down to free throws, as both teams already have 5 fouls this half. Two-point Carolina lead.
Isaiah Hicks really fighting for position down low.
Tokido.
The athleticism in this game. First of all, Arkansas lets him drive middle instead of forcing him to the sideline. When you're a defense and you let somebody go middle, only bad things can happen.
We chatted with Tokido for a while yesterday. His grandfather, JP, who he's named after, was a member of Cameroon's World Cup soccer team in 1982. And his grandfather, Jean-Pierre, also played in the North American Soccer League. And one of his stops was here in Jacksonville with a team called the Jacksonville T-Men. His grandfather is watching back home just outside of Milwaukee. He still coaches soccer, and that's why he couldn't be here today.
Well, you had a good line to him. Yes, what'd you tell him? You got every header,
yeah.
didn't you?
He's 6'6". He said he played right and left midfield. He didn't lose a header. Barry just picked up his 3rd foul. Each team has 6 fouls in this half, so we're shooting the rest of the way with 12:28 to go. Durham drives. And a whistle. Foul is called on Tokido. That's his 3rd.
I don't know
about that.
I didn't really see anything there. I think the Carolina faithful agree.
That wouldn't even be a free kick in soccer. JP and his grandfather. Well, it was up and down the whole first half, but now we've heard the whistle a lot here in the second half. It's really changed the complexion of this game.
I will say this, the kids that we talked to yesterday were all great kids, both teams.
Page was one of those kids we spoke to. He's got the ball here up to Barry. As we approach 12 minutes to go in the second half. Barry jumping. Bryce Johnson was going up. Ja'Cory Williams commits the foul.
Give Isaiah the Hicks there the credit for keeping that ball alive. Boy, these kids, they are getting after it today. Got to enjoy this one. Heels up 3.
Greg Gumbel in New York with a tournament update. It's all over in Portland. South Region action. Number 5 Utah over number 4 Georgetown, 75-64. The Utes move on. Meanwhile, in Pittsburgh on TBS, Midwest Region action. The battle for the state of Indiana is being led by Notre Dame. 22-12. About 7 minutes remaining. VJ Beecham in the lane there. We'll keep an eye on that one. Back to Jacksonville. Andrew.
Greg, thank you. Second free throw coming for Johnson. He goes 1 out of 2, and it's a 4-point North Carolina lead. Tough day for the Big East. Xavier representing the conference well, getting to the Sweet 16, but Georgetown lost. Butler's losing. Villanova, of course, the headline.
They could have handled all those losses. The Villanova ones to kill them.
And Providence lost last night. Inside 10 on the shot clock.
Boy, a shot clock possibly, huh?
Amazing.
I can't believe it.
Bell knocks it down with the shot clock winding down. A 2-point game. Bell has 8 points. Great play by Kingsley to get a hand on it and save it.
It was a great play because Bryce Johnson was calling for the ball. He was kind of alone there on that box, and Kingsley reacted at the last second.
Durham open for three. Yes! Arkansas up by one. A 7-1 run for the Razorbacks. And a foul on the perimeter against Manny Watkins. Well, Jabril Durham with the three from the corner, his first three today. Why is that important? Arkansas is 11-1 this year when Durham makes a three.
And not a great job of transition defense by Carolina there. They really had time to go find him in the corner. Nobody was looking for him.
Page makes the front end of the 1-1. He's an 86% free throw shooter. We mentioned that we spoke with him yesterday, a double major, journalism and history, and he said thinks he wants to be a college basketball analyst one day. Take your spot here, Coach.
Hey, take it easy now, all right, please? He's supposed to go play pro or something for 10 years before he thinks about it.
Then we'll be all right. 1-point game. Durham cuts, lost it, turnover. Season tying 18th turnover. Oh, wow. For Page! Not taking Coach's job just yet. He's got some work to do.
He definitely does. That was a great, we're seeing so many great finishes in transition. And Marcus Page is not the most athletic guy in the world in terms of his jumping ability, but he is just a savvy kid with that ball.
Second foul on Manny Watkins. And substitutions for the Razorbacks as Durham, Watkins, and Williams all go to the bench.
Preseason first-team All-American, had a lot of injuries this year. That plantar fasciitis that he had is a terribly tough injury. Takes a long time to heal. He told us yesterday he's been feeling good for a couple of weeks now, really good.
His right foot is where it occurred. He's been wearing orthotics and has been feeling great. Page has 10 points, 8 of the 10 this half, and now he goes to the bench to get a breather as we approach the midway point of the second half.
Arkansas grabs the lead for a second. Carolina back up.
Johnson with a bump on the perimeter. That's the third on Bryce Johnson.
Tries to hedge the screen. Madden just takes it aggressively at him.
1-1 for Rashad Madden, the senior out of Lepanto, Arkansas. 7 of the 14 Razorbacks on the roster are from the state of Arkansas. Mike Anderson has done a great job of keeping the local talent in state.
And you know what I'm impressed with? How many are from Little Rock? I mean, big-time players from a small city like that. It's a lot like Memphis. Memphis has a lot of big-time players coming from it. It's not a big city.
Madden 1 out of 2 at the line.
And Arkansas is really stuck with this zone.
Brick, deep three. Off the front of the rim, gets his own rebound.
They got to get the ball into the post area. They really haven't done that. Right there, they got to get it to Isaiah Hicks or Bryce Johnson. Get a guy flashing into the middle.
Meek still on the bench with 4 fouls for the Tar Heels. Jackson floater from the baseline. What a shot by the freshman.
That wasn't a floater. That was like a quick flick. He flicked that thing quick. That's unbelievable. That's a hard shot.
Carolina lead back up to 5. Portis puts it on the floor. Portis drives in left hand, and he is fouled. Take another look at that shot from Justin Jackson.
Yeah, this is like a flick. Look how quickly he flicks this thing up. Look. That's some tough shot, let me tell you.
Jackson has 8 points. Meanwhile, that last foul was against Hicks, so he has 4. So now for Roy Williams, Kennedy Meeks with 4 and Isaiah Hicks with 4.
I mean, Kennedy Meeks has been out for a long time. It'll be interesting to see what he does when he comes back after sitting out since probably 17 minutes to go in the half.
Hicks comes out. Marcus Page back in. Meeks has sat 8 minutes and 43 seconds here in the second half. Page for three. Got it.
That was such a great concept there, what happened. They ran Page on the baseline. They threw it to the wing. The corner man came up.
Mike Anderson got a timeout with 8:43 to go.
The Tar Heels are leading the Hogs by 7. Watch Marcus Page. This is what you call overloading the zone. He's going to come to this corner, and this man here is going to guard the wing, and he's going to be all by himself in the corner on this overload because Bobby Portis sees it way too late. So when he comes out to the wing, Kingsley, Marcus Page standing by himself. Portis can't get there in time.
Page had 2 points in the first half, 11 here in the second half, 3 of 3 from the floor, and foul trouble. Certainly an issue. Harris with 4 for Arkansas, and Carolina with both Hicks and Meeks with 4. Meeks continues to sit. Both teams in a double bonus. Shooting free throws the rest of the way, and Page with the steal. Jackson inside. That's on the flick, as you call it. Didn't work. Qualls will take that 30. Ja'Cory Williams, the offensive board, and a fresh 35 for the Razorbacks.
When you play zone, you have to turn around and look for somebody to get them off the glass.
Portis, free throw line extended. He'll take that jumper, and this time Page flies in for the rebound. Largest lead for Carolina. Right now, 7 points. That's how close we've been throughout the night here in Jacksonville. Really, throughout the week here in Jacksonville. We've had some great games. Jackson inside. Misses in close. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Michael Qualls. It will be North Carolina basketball when we come back. Tar Heels trying to hold off the Hogs. High above Jacksonville, Florida, aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. 7:33 to go, second half. And North Carolina leads Arkansas 68-61 as we look at our game summary. North Carolina continues to get it done in the paint. 34 points tonight. They had 36 in the paint against Harvard. And in the ACC championship game against Notre Dame, they went for 46 inside.
And 12 turnovers might not sound like a low number, but in a game this fast, with that many guys handling the ball against this team, that's a pretty good number.
Arkansas does not have a field goal in the last 3.5 minutes. Marcus Page does. 16 for Page.
He's starting to play like the first-team All-American that everybody thought he was.
Madden trying to answer. That's off the mark. And Bryce Johnson skies for the rebound. Marcus Page has 14 points in the last 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
And they've gone to the really small team. Bryce Johnson, the only inside player in the game right now.
And a foul is called against Carolina. Justin Jackson set an illegal screen, so we're going the other way as we go back to the Page 3.
Well, he just sizes this up. You know, you can't miscommunicate, and that's what happened with the Arkansas kids there. They miscommunicated on Page. Porter shouldn't have been out near him, and they just gave a guy who's really got it going a pretty easy 3.
Let's send it over to Jamie Erdahl.
Well, you hit the nail on the head there, Coach. Roy Williams used that exact adjective for Marcus Paige yesterday, savvy. Sometimes he thinks he's savvier than Roy Williams, but of course, Coach puts him in his place. He also called him a tough little nut for playing 39 minutes on Thursday after, yes, battling plantar fasciitis, but he is the true leader of this team.
He averages 33 minutes per game. These Carolina fans on their feet here in Jacksonville as the Tar Heels have stretched their lead to 10.
And the truth is, all year, the kid never looked for excuses about his injuries or anything. He never talked about it. Always handled himself with a lot of class.
Portis throws that off Tokido, and it's Arkansas basketball. Bobby Portis, 3 of 11 from the floor tonight. He's now 12 for his last 44 over the last 4 games.
And Carolina playing zone with this small team on top of it. See, that's not a good play by Jackson. He's got to be able to move his feet fast enough to stay in front of Michael Qualls there. I mean, that was a bad closeout. He was standing up. You know, if you come out in your stance, I think he bumped him enough where it'd be called. If he comes out in his stance with his knees bent, he's going to be able to close out and not let that happen.
.22 now for Qualls after all the games are over. Matt Warner, Seth Davis, Mateen Cleaves, and Pittsburgh head coach Jamie Dixon have all the highlights and analysis on Inside March Madness presented by Buick, only on TBS. Big tournament for Michael Qualls, 20 against Wofford, and now Qualls with 23 tonight. Tokido to Jackson for 2. Great feed from Tokido.
They do a great job of breaking pressure, and they had their big men with the ball in the backcourt, but they always have their smaller guys up front so that they can attack the pressure the right way. That's a good call.
And a foul against Antoine Bell after Marcus Paige created that turnover, and some frustration setting in for Arkansas.
Now here's their press out. You're going to see, well, here's the foul that occurred. It's great, good to just let it go, Rashad Madden. That's the foul there.
A season high 20 turnovers for Arkansas tonight. Marcus Paige, an excellent free throw shooter, 86%. We mentioned he's a double major in journalism and history. He won the Skip Prosser Award. That's awarded each year to the top scholar athlete in the ACC. 12-point Carolina lead. North Carolina 15 out of 18 this half. And they've done it for the most part with Meeks on the bench the entire half.
You know, sometimes, I'm not saying this is the case, it might have done them a favor because they had to play a little bit smaller, and I think that helps against this team.
Britt nearly had the steal. Instead, he was the last one to touch it. Arkansas basketball. With Meeks on the bench, Carolina has outscored Arkansas by 9 points.
I mean, they had their most mobile guys in the game.
Bell's a good three-point shooter. They need that, and they got it. Wow. His third 3 of the night.
Well, these guys aren't going down easy, I can tell you that.
No, inside 5 minutes to go, and you know Arkansas will not quit.
And they're not letting the point guards get the ball. They're making Tokido and Jackson handle it. They won't let Paige get it. Look at this. Great denial there.
Britt finally grabs it with 15 on the shot clock. Five to shoot. Jackson, 18-footer. Doesn't get the roll, and Portis clears. Portis another 3. Not this time. Grazes the front of the rim. He did make one earlier in the game.
Yeah, I don't think that was a great shot.
Mike Anderson pointing to his head and looking at Portis. Meanwhile, Paige, he hit the front of the rim, couldn't finish. Qualls comes away with it, and we have a whistle and a foul against Carolina and Bryce Johnson. And that's his 4th.
And that's 2 shots. Just couldn't finish it.
So Michael Qualls will shoot 2 at the other end. 4 fouls on Johnson, 4 on Meeks, 4 on Hicks.
And the great thing about this for Arkansas is now they can set up the full court pressure as long as Qualls makes the second one.
Qualls with 24 tonight. He has at least 15 points in each of his last 8 games. What a month of March for the junior out of Shreveport, Louisiana. Two at the line. The lead is down to 7 with 4 minutes to go. Winner to the Sweet 16 on Thursday. Jackson makes the catch, spins. Qualls got a hand on that. Roy Williams saying basket interference, and they give it to him.
That was a great move.
Also, the clock never started.
Yep.
It's still on 4 minutes.
Jackson made a move like a wide receiver to get open here. He button hooks and goes down. Nice pass.
Clock should start right there. Never started. Game clock or shot clock did not move. Well, one of the officials said the basket is good. I believe the reason that they're at the monitor is to see what to put on the clock.
Yeah, they can't look at the monitor to see if it's good or not anyway. That's got, you know, if he called it good, it's good. That's, the monitor is irrelevant. It's definitely the clock. I'm wondering if it really was goaltending. Yes. Yeah, it was. Got a finger on it. Just a finger. It's a good call. Now it's just a matter of how much time they're going to take off the clock. So this should be also immediate timeout here.
Exactly. Points are on the board. Carolina up 77-68. Another look at this.
Yeah, he touched it for sure.
Jackson has really turned it on in the second half. He only had 2 points before intermission. He has 10 here in the second. They're going to reset the clock to 3:56, so 4 seconds come off the clock. And that takes us to our final timeout here in Jacksonville. Roy Williams still waiting for an explanation, but the basket is good. It's on the board. So officially 3:56 on the clock, a timeout on the floor. North Carolina trying to hold on to this lead down the stretch. North Carolina leads by 9. Marcus Page was 1 for 8 in the first half. A completely different story here in the second.
Yeah, he's been terrific, and this is what you want from an upperclassman, a guy with the experience that he has. He's not fazed by anything. One thing about Marcus Page that you see, that in a game that's kind of helter-skelter and everything's all over the place, he still manages to have this calm about him at all times.
He has 16 points in the last 9.5 minutes. Carolina by 9 with 3:50 to go. Kennedy Meeks back into the game with 4 fouls, and Qualls hits for 2.
That's one guy who's not going down easy.
27 for Michael Qualls.
Carolina still has to attack.
Using the clock here, 15 to shoot. Britt. Offensive foul is called against Nate Britt. And now Meeks is down on the ground, holding his left knee.
And he's hurting.
Roy Williams has come out as well to check on sophomore Kennedy Meeks. Native of Charlotte, attended West Charlotte High School, where he was a McDonald's All-American. Meeks with 9 points on 4 of 5 shooting tonight, but he's been in foul trouble throughout. And he's up on his feet and receives a nice hand from the fans here in Jacksonville. Meeks underneath.
Oh, yeah. Fell on his knee.
He got rolled into by one of the Razorback defenders, and Kennedy Meeks is heading off to the Carolina locker room.
Hopefully he's okay, because, you know, the way that thing got bent back, that's dangerous.
The offensive foul was on Bryce Johnson. That's checking is on Britt. That's his third, but Bryce Johnson also has 4 fouls, and now Meeks is out of the game.
And the other thing Roy is doing, he's definitely playing small. 4 perimeter players and Bryce Johnson in the game.
Qualls has carried Arkansas here in the second half. Bell for 3. And the rebound by Britt. How about Nate Britt, the sophomore? 10 points, 5 of 5 from the line, 3 rebounds, 1 assist.
I was going to say Marcus Page is probably the most valuable player in the game for Carolina, but Nate Britt may have been the most important guy today.
And a whistle with 14 on the shot clock against Arkansas. That's on Qualls, his first. We check in with Jamie Erdahl.
Well, as we saw Kennedy Meeks walk off the court and into the tunnel, he stood back there for a while North Carolina got their team doctor, and then he walked further back into the tunnel to the locker room to be further evaluated.
Thank you, Jamie. Jackson at the line makes the first. Jackson averages 13 points per game in the month of March. He's got 13 tonight, but it's tipped out. Coming our way, coach. Heads up. Saved by Jackson.
Good call.
What a play. Not only for Jackson to save it, but not crash into us.
And great job by Tokudo back tipping that ball.
Time is on Carolina's side. Page reverse lay-in. No. And Bryce Johnson picks up the foul, and that's his 5th.
Wow. No Meeks, no Bryce Johnson. Isaiah Hicks.
Well, he has 4 fouls, too.
Well, it's, you know, there's 2:09 to go.
What a play by Jackson here.
A pretty good job by Durham avoiding getting hit by that ball so it would go out of bounds.
Bryce Johnson is fouled out. Isaiah Hicks back into the game, as we mentioned, playing with 4 fouls. Big free throws now for Bobby Portis. He's 5 of 6 at the line tonight, but 3 of 12 from the floor. This game has been so up and down. Carolina still has 4 timeouts remaining, and Arkansas has 3.
It's unbelievable for a game this fast.
That one rolls around and out. Inside 2 minutes to go. Winner advances to LA for the Sweet 16. Tokudo to Jackson.
Great pass by Tokudo. When a team starts gambling and tries a W, you got to attack like that. Good job by Carolina in the half court.
7 assists for Tokudo tonight. Arkansas needs offense. Qualls out of bounds and a turnover. 21 turnovers for the Razorbacks tonight. As we check in with Jamie Erdahl.
Andrew, an update on Kennedy Meeks. He has a sprained left knee, and he is out for the remainder of the game.
Okay, Jamie, thank you very much. Final 90 seconds.
I think they need to foul Arkansas. They should be fouling them.
They do. Madden fouls Jackson. 4th foul on Madden. As we take a look at our tournament summary, and of course the big headline of the day, top-seeded Villanova knocked out by NC State. And a tough day for the Big East. Georgetown losing as well. One more for the freshman, Justin Jackson. 10-point game.
every time they score.
Durham lob to Portis for two, and the foul. Wow. Why?
Isaiah Hicks now out of the game. I believe it's on him.
It is 5 on Hicks.
I mean, if you're going to foul somebody in that situation, it's got to be a ham. You should, first of all, you shouldn't be fouled. You should be letting him score.
So Hicks has fouled out. Bryce Johnson has fouled out. And as Jamie Erdahl just reported, Kennedy Meeks is out for the rest of the game.
Hey, look, the way Carolina went with Theo Pinson, now they've got 5 perimeter guys in the game. They'll have a big guy. They only have 1 left on the bench in Joel James anyway. With 5 perimeter guys, smart, because they're going to get pressed, and they're going to go to the foul line. They got to knock out foul shots.
3-point play for Portis, 81-74. Britt gets rid of it to Tokido. They haven't fouled yet.
They got fouled.
Now they get it in Marcus Page's hands, which is exactly what Carolina wants.
You got to foul him.
They don't want to foul him.
The game can end.
I agree with you. Now they get rid of it to Britt. They got to foul him.
Why aren't they fouling?
I don't understand this.
I think Mike Anderson's yelled from the foul.
15 on the shot clock.
Well,
and don't foul now, inside 10.
No, absolutely not.
Page. Lost it, turns it over. 40 seconds to go. Madden, Durham. His shot was blocked by Britt. Right to Tokido.
Foul.
And now they foul in midcourt with 33 seconds to go. Strange sequence there for Arkansas.
Really strange. That's a pretty good play by Britt. Good defense there.
Tokido at the line, he's got 11 points, and he's 3 for 3 at the line tonight. The third round continues tomorrow at noon Eastern on CBS with Michigan State and Virginia. And at 5 p.m. Eastern, TNT as the NCAA Infinity Tip-Off Show. 8 games across CBS, TNT, TBS, and True TV over 12 hours. One more for Tokido. 1 out of 2. Roy Williams calls timeout with 33 seconds remaining. It's an 8-point North Carolina lead. Roy Williams is 33 seconds away from tying Dean Smith for second place all-time NCAA tournament wins behind Mike Krzyzewski. Of course, Roy Williams worked for many years under Dean Smith, who passed away last month at the age of 83. We spoke with Roy Williams on Wednesday, and Roy got a bit emotional when talking to us about the importance of Dean Smith to him. He said, quote, "I'm 64 years old, and I know this sounds corny, but I still try to do something every day to make Dean Smith proud." Madden scores. Mike Anderson calls timeout. The lead is down to 6. Both teams in the double bonus. North Carolina leads by 6, and it's Tar Heels ball on the possession arrow. Well, last time Arkansas did not foul until way too late. You got to imagine they'll go for the steal first and then foul right away.
Yeah, I mean, this is only 6 right now. And you're playing against a team that forces some of the most turnovers in the country. So this is going to be some serious full court pressure right here. If Carolina breaks the pressure, you must foul right away. But they need to go for a trap in the corner if they can get it and see if they can get a steal out of it. But you know what? Go aggressively for the ball since you're going to foul anyway. Maybe the referee doesn't call it and you get a steal out of it. This is Carolina's best ball handling team by far. They have 5 guards in the game.
Tokido to inbound to Page, their best free throw shooter. Over to Tokido, and now they foul Tokido with 22.1 to go.
And I understand why they're not fouling Marcus Page. To me, you have to weigh at this time of game, what's more important, putting Marcus Page to the foul line or wasting 4 seconds? To me, the 4 seconds, I'd rather have the 4 seconds than another guy at the line. But that's me.
Jamie Erdahl telling us that Justin Jackson has a bloody nose, so the Tar Heels continue to get nicked up. This, of course, not a big a deal as Kennedy Meeks with the knee, but it does appear that Jackson now will have to take a seat on the bench.
They've got to make free throws.
Well, they've done a good job of that tonight. North Carolina, 77% from the foul line. Tokido 4 out of 5, although on the season just 60%. Substitution for Arkansas. Their top three-point shooter, Antoine Bell, checks in. One more for Tokido. One out of two. Britt tips it back to Page. And now they foul Page with 17.1 to go. Nate Britt, a sophomore from Upper Marlboro, Maryland, averages 5 points per game. He has had an incredible night for the Tar Heels.
He has affected this game in many ways, but to be in the second spot on the foul line at 6 feet tall and to be able to get a hand on that, really not a good box out by Arkansas there.
Page money at the line, 86% on the season. Nate Britt with 10 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 5 of 5 from the line.
And he hardly played the other day.
Played 1 minute against Harvard. 1 minute. And tonight, incredible. Timeout with 17.3 to go. Arkansas in the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2008. They made the round of 32 that year, and they were knocked out by North Carolina. This is the last time the two teams met in that NCAA tournament in 08, and barring a miracle rally here, it'll be Carolina knocking out Arkansas once again. Portis missed the lay-in, tips it back up and in. Timeout, Mike Anderson with 7.4 to go. 7-point lead for Roy Williams and the Heels. North Carolina on the verge of advancing to the Sweet 16 for the first time in 3 years. They lost in the round of 32 to Kansas in 2013, and last year they lost by 2 to Iowa State. But Roy Williams, after surviving a tight game against Harvard, his team has played very impressive tonight against Arkansas with 85 points on the board, and Marcus Page can add on to it with 5.6 to go. Well, we mentioned this in the game on Thursday against Harvard, and talking to Roy Williams, he doesn't know from TV timeout to TV timeout what he's going to get out of his team, and it showed up Thursday against Harvard. But tonight, you got to give them a lot of credit. Pretty much start to finish, they look great out there.
They got a big-time effort today, but also it was their kind of game, played at their kind of pace. You know, sometimes it's harder to keep your intensity against a team that's going to hold the ball for 25, 28, 30 seconds defensively. This is the perfect team for Carolina to play.
22 points tonight for Marcus Page. 4 Tar Heels in double figures. Madden for 3. And North Carolina is going back to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2012. And in the process, Roy Williams has tied his mentor, Dean Smith, for second place all time with 65 NCAA tournament wins. North Carolina is headed to Los Angeles for the Sweet 16 on Thursday. They'll take on the winner of tomorrow's game on True TV between Wisconsin and Oregon. Final score from Jacksonville. North Carolina wins 87-78. For Steve Lapis, Jamie Erdahl, our director Andy Goldberg, producer Victor Frank, I'm Andrew Catalan, saying so long from Jacksonville. Tune into TBS now for Butler against Notre Dame And on TNT, we'll send you to our studio right after these messages.